Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, Wisconsin to Nebraska, how the Nebraska State Patrol was able to arrest an attempted homicide suspect who traveled hundreds of miles to our state. Also tonight, a heist from humanity. How much was stolen from this Grand Island Habitat for Humanity group in the midst of their blitz build? And how much is too much? That's the question superintendents are answering tonight when it comes to their students' usage of AI. One of the most mysterious back-to-school topics for many families and educators is artificial intelligence. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rod Fowler. Good to have you with us. There are certainly positives and negatives to the new technology, but how are schools handling it? Andrew Ward sat down with the superintendents at Norris, Seward, and Beatrice to talk about the educational evolution of AI.
I don't even have any notes on this because it's changing so much. I mean, it's just crazy right now. Jason, we'll start with you here. What's your policy here with AI, and what are the positives? What are the negatives? How do you guys kind of tackle that?
Well, I would say artificial intelligence, it's the one thing about it is education has always adapted, right, to new technologies, whether it was the calculator or the computer or the cell phone or the internet. The list goes on and on. We are really taking an approach that we're not jumping in and adapting new tools immediately. We're trying to research, take a thorough, thoughtful approach towards it, research policies that make sense for our staff and students, and also research tools that make sense for our staff and students, and then make the best educated decision we can about the direction moving forward. But you're right, Andrew. It is changing incredibly quickly, and you know, it's going to have an impact. And we all know it's not going away. I mean, we thought when the internet came along, oh, this is something that's just going to go away, but it's still with us.
Derek, your thoughts?
Yeah, Jason did a great job. I relate it to the internet, when the internet came, and in a market that's evolving so quickly, I think there's two sides to the AI discussion. Jason did a nice job of discussing the idea around how staff utilize it. I mean, when you look at the tools that are available, it is amazing just in the ed tech space, from online tutoring to work that you can do with the data for students. I mean, it can make a job of an educator more efficient. And on the student side, I think it's more about it's there, right? AI is not going anywhere, just like the internet. And so how are we working with students to ensure that they're using it appropriately, but we're also not losing that skill of critical thinking?
Josh, is almost going to get to a point here where it's like we're going to have like an AI teacher almost like for this?
I don't believe that does exist.
I know it does exist. I sure hope not. I don't think so. And I think I echo a lot with what these two gentlemen have talked about, is that we felt like it was important for us to try to get ahead of it a little bit. And so we created a team that looked at what is our beliefs about it? What is our guardrails that we're going to put in place for our students and staff? And so obviously the top of mind is privacy. And so that's an important piece of, if we want to make sure that we're also transparent, but also the privacy of protecting our students. And so one of the things we've had a lot of discussions about is Google has some things specifically just for educators that stay in-house type of pieces. They're not going out to the World Wide Web and all these other components. And so Gemini for us is a tool that we're going to use a lot to be able to start with that. But like all of them have said, and especially Derek, it's hard for me to say that, but it is an important piece to really think about who's doing the thinking and who's doing the work. And so if we get away from everything where everything is just, we feel like it's AI driven or it's AI turned in, that's not going to be for us. And so we have changed some practices with homework. We're doing a lot more homework in class now than we've ever had in the past. We have guardrails as far as what software and things they're being able to use within the school to make sure that they're able to use their mind and not have to just, so those things we think are important, but we also know it's not going away.
We all know the school year can be hectic, but we're here to help you stay informed at all hours of the day. Wake up with our morning shows. Our meteorologists will help you be prepared for what weather is headed our way. If you scan the QR code on your screen, you can download the Now Local News app so you can be informed while you're at work or running errands. And when you get home, We'll bring you the very biggest stories of the day in our evening newscast. Well, let's get you caught up now on the possibility of severe weather in our area. Here's a live look from our tower cam right outside our station here. It's quiet now, and it sounds like it may stay that way for a while before storms possibly start hitting some areas again throughout the state. Let's find out where, kind of an idea of when. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Watching the radar over here, not a whole lot going on right now, but there's some sprinkles and some light rain showers. None of this severe. That comes later. Unfortunately, it looks like it comes after dark tonight. Spot showers from O'Neill to Sioux City and then over there towards Chadron. But most of the state just kind of looks like this. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln Cam, a lot of cloud cover and a little bit of a breeze. And it's cooled off a little bit. It's at 85 now in Lincoln. It feels like 92 because the dew point is still high. But 60s, 70s, 80s, and still a 90 in Beatrice. And with those dew points in the 70s for much of the eastern half of the state, that heat index is in the middle and upper 80s, lower 90s, upper 90s, and even a 102 in Beatrice. As we head through tonight, here's your storm chance. Notice it comes from the south this time, and even some strong storms in parts of western Nebraska. Everything kind of comes to into a big line from McCook up towards Grand Island, Broken Bow, Norfolk, Columbus, and Omaha, and then lingers a little bit, tries to move east from Columbus to Lincoln, maybe Nebraska City and Omaha, and then eventually it makes its way east by 6 a.m. Still some lingering showers and storms, and then everything moves off to the east by the afternoon, but some spot showers and storms still a possibility. So we'll talk more about the threat for severe weather, how much rain we can expect, and how long this is going to last in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. I'm breaking now. The date is set for possibly the biggest happy hour in Husker history. John Rothstein made a deal with Lincoln. You might remember, he said if the Husker men won one game in the NCAA tournament, he would choose a time to buy everyone in the Haymarket at a special place there drinks during happy hour. He'd buy them. And as you know, they made it all the way to the Sweet 16, and now the date is finally set. September 16th, 5 p.m., Gate 25. All drinks are going to be on John there during happy hour. We'll be sure to bring you video from the celebration when that magical day finally comes. But don't go anywhere. We have more for you after the break, including humanity hijacked. How much money and materials was stolen from the Grand Island Habitat for Humanity? Stay with us. We're back in just 1 minute. The suspect had a warrant out for his arrest in Wisconsin, and NSP got word that the man was traveling through Nebraska on I-80. The man you see on your left, 18-year-old Joseph Nemec, was pulled over by NSP near Wood River in Hall County. Details on his attempted homicide in Wisconsin are slim at the moment, but troopers were able to confirm his identity. He is now under arrest and lodged in the Hall County Jail and awaiting extradition. Also breaking now, the Habitat for Humanity in Grand Island is facing a major setback in their blitz build projects. They had $20,000 worth of concrete forms that were stolen from them. We reached out to the police there to see if they had any leads. They say there's really no video of the act yet, but they are asking nearby residents to see if they have any on their home security footage. We will keep you posted as police let us know what they've found. Well, right now, Governor Pillen is extending one of his executive orders. The order is to give less restrictions to commercial drivers providing relief to wildfire-impacted areas. It's now extended until September 11th. Many drivers are transporting hay and ag supplies to impacted areas and also areas that are dealing with the drought. The extended order grants a 30-day waiver for hours of service requirements for drivers, allowing them to get more supplies to people in need. It also allows drivers to waive overweight and over dimension size instructions during this time.
Some of those areas, thankfully, did see some rainfall last night. There are more chances as we head through the next several days. We'll take a look at that forecast when we come back.
Breaking now, more drama over alleged fake petition signatures. It all centers around who should investigate the case, which involves the group called Good Government Lincoln, which handed in 3 petitions to the state last month. 5 people, all of them from out of state, who helped with the petition drive were arrested last week after thousands of signatures they turned in were considered fraudulent. So who's going to handle looking into the case? Channel 8's Skylar Sears takes a closer look.
New questions are being raised about who should make prosecution decisions in the investigation into allegedly fraudulent Lincoln petition signatures. Lancaster County Attorney candidate Randall Rittner is calling for an independent prosecutor.
I'm not asking for prosecution. This is a request for independence, a request for a neutral, court-appointed special prosecutor to take on the case.
Rittner is running against current Lancaster County Attorney Pat Condon. He points to several political connections surrounding the investigation. Condon has endorsed Ben Houchin for sheriff, and Houchin's campaign previously received $500 from a PAC whose treasurer was Daniel Bass. Bass later became treasurer of Good Government Lincoln, the group behind the petitions now under investigation. Rittner says those connections don't prove anyone has done anything wrong, but he believes an independent prosecutor would help restore public trust.
I'm saying that it is in the public interest and in the interest of his office to go ahead and do that. That way you restore the public trust.
Condon disagrees, saying there's no conflict of interest. In a statement, he accused his political opponent of trying to manufacture a political conflict to generate publicity. Condon also says bringing in outside counsel could cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rittner says he knows of no evidence that the political relationships have actually influenced the investigation.
Just need to get the politics out of the investigation. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to inject politics. I'm trying to get them out of the investigation.
Lincoln City Council Chair Brody Weber holding a separate news conference, raising questions about Good Government Lincoln's petition effort.
Lincoln deserves transparency. Lincoln deserves accountability, and Lincoln deserves a petition process that reflects integrity over incompetence or deception.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Looking at some storm reports from last night. Now, the storm started well over here, and there were some wind gusts and some hail, and then it kind of meandered its way from west to east and wasn't really that spectacular. But then it moved into central Nebraska and caught up with some instability and low-level jet and just about everything. I mean, it came together very quickly around 1 o'clock in the morning. This one was at 12:43, and this one was at 1:10 a.m. This is the beginning of it, where it really started to get severe, briefly too, might I add. 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts near Broken Bow, and then just downstream, 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts near Arcadia. The rest of these were anywhere from 55 to 65 miles per hour. So a brief, just blast of wind from 80 to 90 miles per hour, and then everything else was your lower level severe threat. So it was pretty nasty there for a little bit, and I think Broken Bow kind of got their sensor messed with, because 3400s, it was probably closer to an inch or two. Same with North Platte. So was it the gusty winds? Not sure. But look at all of this rain, much needed in this area. Remember this too. This happened last night and early this morning, so it does not factor into the drought monitor, which I'll show you in a minute. But look at that cutoff too. An inch near Columbus, Wahoo, and Omaha. Only a quarter of an inch in Lincoln. Next to nothing in York, Aurora, Grand Island, Kearney, and Hastings. That's how sharp of a cutoff that line of storms was. Just incredible. Ellicam at 21st and L Street. A lot of cloud covers. Just look like this all day. Now there's the drought monitor. This was last week. This is this week. No change. And you're thinking, well, it just rained a ton. This gets cut off Tuesday morning, and then it's released. They crunch all the numbers, and then they release it to everybody Thursday. So the next drought monitor will take into account all that rain that fell in the northern half of the state last night and early this morning, and it'll probably help. It has to, right? 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s for temperatures. It is 90 in Beatrice right now. Everybody else in the 80s. So we range from 80 in Columbus and 90 in Beatrice. Unfortunately, everybody is seeing the dew point. I almost said wind chill. I'm probably trying to think ahead. We need some relief, but the dew point is in the 70s, so the heat index, yeah, that's better. 102 in Beatrice, 104 in Falls City. Everybody else, most of us in the 90s. Not a whole lot going on, just a cloud cover, maybe a spot sprinkle or two here between O'Neill, Fremont, Columbus, and Sioux City, and then well off to the north and west. But there is another chance for severe weather. Now, yesterday we had that swath of slight risk across much of the state. That's level 2. We're down to level 1 this time. So I think the storms shouldn't be as strong nor as widespread, but we're still going to see them. This is about 11 o'clock at night, moves into southeastern Nebraska, south central Nebraska, and southwest Nebraska, moves north. And then this is the low pressure center right here with a warm front attached to it. This will probably be the strongest between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Then it fizzles out a little bit, but watch this. Got a little swirl here. And that's just a very tightly wound low pressure center, and that's going to continue to give us chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout much of the day on Friday. I don't think everybody will see rain out of it, but just because it's there, we may see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Excuse me. Rainfall potential, that's swath there, and swath there. So 1 to 2 inches of rain, or next to nothing. It just really depends on where you're at and where the storms go. Then Friday, another chance for severe weather. That goes Friday night into Saturday, and then Saturday night into Sunday. So 2 more overnights. We have overnight tonight, overnight Friday night, and overnight, so that's 3 more, Saturday night. Yeah, just overnight. There you go. Temperatures tonight around 70, highs tomorrow, lower, middle, and upper 80s, maybe some 90s further south and east. I think we'll hang on to the 80s for quite some time. I don't see any 90s in that 10 days, so I guess that's good. Storms possible Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then a small chance next week.
All right, thank you, Rusty. It's time for Sports Zone with Sports Director Will Charlton. The Nebraska volleyball team spoke today. What can we expect to hear?
A lot of excitement around the preseason #1 team. Rod, the Huskers talk that top ranking, the early season schedule, and how the senior class has grown together. Coming up next.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
On everyone, welcome into your Thursday evening Sports Zone. I'm Will Charlton, happy you're joining us. Earlier today, the #1 preseason ranked Nebraska volleyball team spoke to the media for the first time ahead of the upcoming season. All players and head coach Danny Busboom Kelly took to the podium. Now, of course, there's a lot of national respect for this program early on with the top ranking, but according to Busboom Kelly and senior Bergen Riley, it's not something that really matters in the long run.
We're not really talking about it this year, probably as much as last year. It means less, I think, to this group this year than ever because it's the way we finished.
When that ranking came out, we were all in the locker room, like, almost more just like, we don't want it. Of course, we love that people have confidence in us, but it's also kind of just some outside noise that we want to go in every day and have a chip on our shoulder and prove ourselves.
Nebraska will get a chance to face off against some top-tier teams, such as #2 Texas, and some unique venues right away. Seniors Harper Murray and Andy Jackson say those opportunities provide quite a lot of excitement.
Coming into our freshman year 4 years ago, you wouldn't think that we're going to go play in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium or in Wrigley Field or even like in our stadium for that matter.
None of these venues feel real right now, and I don't think they will until we get there and we're in the present. Opening the season with such a strong game against such a strong team is going to be super exciting, not only for us, but for the fans as well.
Another thing Riley discussed was how much the senior class has been able to grow alongside each other in their time with Big Red.
We kind of say we're like sisters, and as a team we want to be like a family, but especially us four, we've been together so long, so we can push each other and hold each other accountable because we know that we all are coming from a place of love. Having all 4 years together has really helped us as a class.
The Huskers can be seen in action for the first time this Sunday at 3 p.m. when they take the court of Pinnacle Bank Arena for the annual Red-White scrimmage. But going back to one of the teams Nebraska will face in a unique venue early on, the Huskers will face off with Missouri in Chicago Wrigley Field on September 6th. The Tigers here are already getting some practice reps in on a baseball field. This match is part of the Big Ten SEC Challenge this season, and Missouri looking to get some kinks worked out before they head off to Wrigley Field there. To some Nebraska football news, as transfer linebacker Owen Chambliss has been named to the Butkus Award preseason watch list. Chambliss transfers in from San Diego State following new defensive coordinator Rob Orich. Chambliss was a first-team All-Mountain West player in 2025 and is one of 51 linebackers named to this preseason list. He is one of 12 from the Big Ten as well. The Butkus Award is given annually to the nation's top linebacker. The Legion Baseball World Series is underway in Shelby, North Carolina, and Lincoln's own Carpetland Rugs started out with a 4-2 win over the Fairfield Expros from California. Way to go, guys. The Rugs next face off against Tupelo, Mississippi, Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. And don't forget, all of the Kansas City Chiefs NFL preseason games will be right here on Channel 8. Their first matchup is against the Los Angeles Rams. It all starts at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Well, that's a wrap for now here on Sports Zone, but come back at 10. We'll have another high school football preview. Let's send it back to you now, Rod.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Will. Let's get a final check of your forecast. Find out there'll be any storms tonight and where. Rusty?
We have the setup for the storms, and again, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to happen overnight, kind of like it did this morning, which was, well, it happened between midnight and 5 or 6 o'clock this morning for central and eastern Nebraska, and that may happen again tonight. The severe threat is a little lower, but temperatures right now in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. A few scattered showers off to the north and east. You can see some strong storms making their way into northeastern Colorado. That will eventually make its way north and east, and storms will come out of Kansas into central and eastern Nebraska by about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 or 2 of those storms could be on the strong side. They linger into 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then should start to taper off as we head through the day. But another round of severe weather possible this evening into the early morning hours tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.
Come see us at our new South Point location. Locally owned, comfort-made mattress factory, handcrafted, built right here, and backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.
Ernie's